Okay, thank you everyone for joining the Ingram Microcloud webinar. This obviously is on Cisco Umbrella and Cisco Umbrella with Microsoft Office 365. So I might just quickly go over our presenters on our next slide. So obviously I'm going to do the welcome, and I'm also going to run you through the marketplace a little bit after. My name is Daniel Vickers. I'm the Channel Development Manager for Ingram's Cloud Security. Today we also have Yuji Lee, who's Cisco Cybersecurity Specialist. And we also have Anshul Kaushik, who's a Cybersecurity Solution Architect. So without further ado, I might just go into our quick poll questions. So just before we get into our presenters, just a couple of questions. First question is, do you currently use Cisco Umbrella? So everyone that's attending, if you could just answer the poll question, yes or no. Pretty straightforward. Just to see if some of our current attendees are using or have used Umbrella previously. Just a couple of seconds just to put in the answer. Couple more seconds just for everyone to fill out, complete it. Great. Thanks, everyone. Next poll question. Are you currently selling any security solutions? Yes or no? So just a few seconds to answer that question. A few more seconds just to let everyone answer the question. All right, and then the last question is: do you sell any other Cisco solutions, whether it be collaboration, whether it be enterprise networking, data center, or Meraki? Everyone can just answer this if they currently sell any of these solutions currently. A few more seconds. Great, excellent. All right, thank you everyone that answered just our quick couple of poll questions. As I mentioned, we're lucky enough to have two of our Cisco Umbrella presenters from Cisco presenting today. So without further ado, I might pass it over to Unji to take us through Cisco Umbrella.
Thank you, Dan. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today on our webinar. My name is Sinji. Hope you can hear me well. I'm the security specialist in Cisco. And today, alongside Ansho, our security solutions architect, we'll talk to you about the Umbrella solution. So on today's agenda, we'll be kicking off with an understanding of the current security landscape and challenges as it presents to today's web security. Then an overview of the Umbrella solution. So what it is, how it helps, and how we differentiate. I'll talk about some specific use cases, and Angel will take us through a live demo of the dashboard. And finally, we'll wrap up with some next action items and general Q&A. So let's start with the challenges we face today in IT. Going back a few years, most, if not all, infrastructure, applications, and desktops were behind the physical firewall. To work, employees went into the office location and logged into the network physically. And branch offices backhauled all traffic to headquarters. The focus from a security perspective was to secure your physical perimeter and endpoints. And by backhauling all traffic, branch offices would get the same security as the headquarters. But in the last few years, and especially with this coronavirus going on, the way we work has fundamentally changed a great deal these days. So what has changed? More happens off the network. Branch offices connect directly to the internet because of SD-WAN or many different reasons. There are more roaming users than ever, and it's now an expectation to be able to connect from, for example, an airport, a cafe, or from the comforts of your couch at home, like today. The users don't always turn on the VPN, which means that they're more vulnerable and you lack that visibility and protection. Also, applications and infrastructure are moving to the cloud. So users no longer need to connect to the corporate network to get work done. They use cloud applications like Salesforce, Office 365, or even WebEx, like right now. Looking at the specific statistics, already we see 49% of the workforce being mobile. And this must be a lot higher now these days with the COVID-19. And 82% of them admit to not using the VPN. Ask yourself, how many times have you used your corporate laptop for personal use, like surfing Google or watching a YouTube video at home without VPN? I do it all the time. And why does this matter to you as a partner and your customers? Because these changes create new security challenges. Security must evolve to address today's challenges and protect the modern enterprise. It has to protect users wherever they work. And like infrastructure and application and data, it has to be shifted to the cloud. To summarize, effective security today boils down to these three considerations. Do you have visibility to see into all the traffic, including both on and off the network? Are you able to enforce policies across all your users in a timely and effective manner? And do you have the tools you need to consistently adapt your management policies? And we'll see how Umbrella answers these questions. Umbrella is the first layer of defense against threats by preventing devices from connecting to malicious websites. We use the DNS, Domain Name System, as one of the main mechanisms to get traffic to our cloud platform, and then use it to enforce security as well. DNS is a foundational component of how the internet works and is used by every device in the network. You can think of it as a phone book in the same way that a phone book keeps an index of phone numbers to names. DNS keeps an index of IP addresses for websites. Everything on the internet has an IP address, as you all may know, but we do not expect humans to remember that 8.8.8.8 is computer speak for www.google.com, right? Therefore, we have DNS to help us connect to websites all over the world without having to remember and recall all the IP addresses. And way before a malware file is downloaded, or before an IP connection over any port or any protocol is even established, there is a DNS request. And this is how Umbrella provides that first layer of defense. Now, let's look at how Umbrella does this. When Umbrella receives a DNS request, for example, internetbadguys.com, like here, it first identifies which user the request is coming from and which policy to apply. Is it coming from a teacher, or from the HR team, from the IT team, or from the CEO? We can set different policies to each group according to the access they require. Like IT team may require higher access than anyone else, like HR team, or for example, teachers might need higher access to YouTube videos for teaching purposes, while students don't need YouTube access at school. So for safe requests, we route the connection as usual. And for malicious requests, or for those that go against our policies, we route the connection to a block page. So for example, if you don't want gambling websites to be connected, then it will be part of our policies, and we will route the users to that block page. For unknown risky requests, like these yellow requests in the middle, we route the connection to our cloud-based proxy for deeper inspection. So what happens when we get a request for a risky domain? Well, we start with a URL inspection. Going back to internetbadguys.com, we as humans can quickly identify this URL as suspicious. But what happens when attackers try to trick us? So instead of apple.com, if they use app1e.com, at quick glance, this might fool a lot of us. And this is a simple example of one of many analytics that we carry on a URL to determine how reputable it is. If we're still unsure and if the URL is for a file, we can further scan with our antivirus and malware engines in the cloud to determine the validity of the file. Now, let's talk about the intelligence, or our secret sauce behind this analytics. What makes Umbrella so effective is our industry-leading threat intelligence team, Cisco Talos, the largest non-governmental threat intelligence group on the planet. With close to 300 researchers, Talos is the single best source of threat intelligence. They're responsible for the protection of all our security products, so we deliver better security efficacy. Not only do we block the most threats, as you can see on the left diagram, compared to any other vendor out there in the industry, but we also analyze the most diverse types of data. So from Umbrella's point of view, we're also using information fed to us from other security solutions, such as emails, endpoints, and even network devices. And because of this, we also block the most unique number of malware samples every day when compared to anyone else. This is shown on this diagram on the right. Let's look at the actual numbers. We see approximately 180 billion web requests every day from over 90 million active users. So the more we see, the more we analyze, and therefore the more we know what and how to protect. And the best part is that this threat intelligence is all in the cloud. So we can deliver protection close to real time. So if someone in Mexico or someone in the United States was caught with a wrong traffic, a bad file, we can actually you as customers in Australia will be protected from it immediately, really to close to real time. If a domain or a website has been so you and your customers will be protected against it automatically within 3 to 5 minutes. So true to our motto, you see it once and then we can block everywhere. Now let's look at some specific use cases of Umbrella. The first is to protect against ransomware and other malwares. And these days, it's always in the news with the government toll group being hacked. So it's really important to be protected against ransomware and malwares in the network. Not only does Umbrella stop users from downloading these malicious files, but even if someone gets infected through other methods, like through a USB stick, for example, Umbrella still continues to block the connections to the command and control servers in the cloud, where attackers try to download the actual payload and keys to encrypt endpoints. Second is that Umbrella acts as the first line of defense. As mentioned before, DNS is the first step of any internet communication, regardless of which port or protocol. And by blocking at the DNS level, the endpoints are stopped even before making any contact to the malicious web servers, greatly reducing risks. Last but not least, Umbrella protects roaming users off the network, and this is key. With the help of a lightweight agent that can be integrated as a module of an existing AnyConnect agent, Umbrella gives admins the visibility and control of any device on and off network. For example, if a school issues out laptops and iPads to its students, how would the school make sure that the students are not accessing any adult or gambling websites outside of school network? With Umbrella, students carry the same policies in school as well as at home, and admins never lose that visibility. So these three are the key three use cases of Umbrella in the security industry. And licenses are counted by number of users, which is really good. Regardless of how many devices a user has, these days a user will have, for example, a laptop, a mobile phone, a desk phone, multiple devices per user. But because we license per user, you would only license one license per that user. There are two tiers of licenses you can find through Ingram's cloud marketplace: Professional and Insights. Professional will block the known malicious domains, but does not leverage the intelligent proxy we were discussing earlier about the unknown risky traffic. Insights does everything that we talked about today, including the integration with the AD server, so organizations can have a more granular reporting, mapping data usage to a specific individual and the organization. Comes in really handy when you need to track down who needs more education, more training on the right use of internet at workplace. 90% of all SMB and commercial Umbrella customers fall into this tier of licensing Insights. Now I'll hand it over to Anshu so that he can take you through a quick live demo of the dashboard.
Right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Anshul Kaushik. I'm the Cybersecurity Solution Architect. And thank you, Anji, for the wonderful introduction to Cisco Umbrella. I'm going to walk you through all on what exactly Umbrella dashboard look like and what other different features that Yenji just explained. How can you take those features into your deployment and probably some of the use cases. I'll try to show you where you can navigate the demonstration or probably the unique features of Umbrella. This Umbrella demonstration is available for all Cisco partners on dcloud. So that's the demonstration cloud. It's a simple URL, dcloud.cisco.com. So any registered Cisco partner should have access to dcloud. go ahead and simply search for Umbrella like I did. I simply went ahead and typed Umbrella in the search, hit OK, and then I can scroll down to all instant demos, and that's where my Cisco Umbrella instant demo comes up. So I'm going to click on View here, and that will straight take me to the Umbrella dashboard. Now we got to know from Yunji that Umbrella is one of the cloud security platform that we have in Cisco Security Solution Set. And the main purpose of Umbrella is to provide the first layer of defense against those threats which are on internet. Wherever your users go, Umbrella provides the protection to all those users, right? Now, a key component here is how can we take this Umbrella into the Office 365, or what are the different ways how Umbrella complements the Office 365 users? So as Yunji mentioned, that it all depends on the Umbrella's intelligence. The Umbrella's intelligence is applied at the time of the DNS resolution in most of the cases. So it doesn't need any further inspection of traffic. Now this applies to all the requests to Office 365, which includes non-web or encrypted or any other proprietary traffic. So if any of the requested destination is highlighted by Umbrella models as risky or malicious, then what's going to happen? Umbrella will see the requested destination as malicious, and that request will be blocked at the time of DNS query. If Umbrella sees that request web destination as risky and not sure whether it is a malicious or just a risky one, then that request will be redirected to Umbrella's selective proxy for further inspection, right? And not to mention that Umbrella is directly paired with Office 365 in more than 90% of the locations in Cisco's global network, which actually enables the better DNS resolution performance. So because it works on the DNS layer, that's the first layer of defense, and with the help of selective proxy, it actually doesn't break the traffic from the start. Now, that is very important because unlike many other vendors, which require implementing additional mechanisms to prevent this, Umbrella doesn't need any kind of extra implementation of layer here. Okay, let's move into the Umbrella dashboard. So this is the main page of Umbrella dashboard. Here you will see the overview of your overall network. This portion here, it tells you about the deployment health. That means it will tell you that what kind of requests have been running through your network in terms of the active networks, how many users are there, and these active roaming client users are the roaming users. They must be working from home or probably on the road, or when they're off the network, that's where we call it as active roaming clients. If you want more granular control, then you have to get a virtual appliance so that you can put some more granular access or granular control on the internal users. Now, you can break down the whole volume into different categories. You can break down into, all or DNS or probably the proxy traffic that you have coming through. So you can see that here, this is my total requests. But if I want to see all my DNS blocks in that particular traffic, so I can just click on this one, and this will show me what's the total number of DNS block look like. And if in case I want to see how many proxy requests have been coming through my network, I click on proxy, and that gives me the proxy access here. Okay, now down below here, you can also see what kind of security being done in your network. So for example, how many malware blocks have been blocked by Umbrella, how many phishing attacks or phishing blocks have been done by Umbrella, and so like command and control callbacks or crypto mining, all kind of these security categories have been designed here. So you can see what Umbrella is blocking and in past 24 hours, or you can change the time from 24 hours to last 30 days. Okay, now in terms of deployment, it's very simple. You can use one of the networks here. You can go ahead and you can see. Hang on one second. One second. You can see that Umbrella. You can add the Umbrella here, and then you can, for example, You add the network here, give the name of the network, and you can put the IP address of your gateway. It could be anything. It could be router or firewall or any modem. Exactly. 1 second. And then probably you can see that. 1 second. Sorry about that. And then you can choose the network here, whether it's a dynamic or static IP address, and you can add that network here. The second option of deployment is when you have a wireless network, or if you have any of the physical hardware. For example, if you have any Umbrella, or if you have any of the Wi-Fi device, then you can add that one as well. The third deployment option is if you have roaming computers. Now, this is very important because Yunji just mentioned that if you consider the current scenario where everyone is working from home, how we can make sure that people are protected through the virus attacks or any of the malicious attacks, or all the domains are just going through a protection of DNS layer. So you can go here and you can add the roaming clients. There are two options. Those who already are AnyConnect VPN users, it should be very easy for them. All they have to do is they have to install the security module, and that security module will be able to protect the network, protect the user against the malicious attacks. In case if they're not using the Cisco AnyConnect VPN, we have an option of downloading the standalone remote users client here, which looks like this one here, Cisco Umbrella roaming client. You can install it on Windows, or you can only install on Mac OS client as well. Okay, so depending on what's your operating system, you can go ahead, you can buy either Umbrella roaming client, or you can go ahead and download this. Just checking it. Am I audible, or can someone confirm? Am I audible?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. I'm getting some notifications that people are losing my audio, so was making sure that I'm audible here. Okay, so two options. Either if you have the AnyConnect VPN user, you just have to install the AnyConnect Umbrella security module, which looks like this. Download here. You can download the module. It works well on Mac OS, and it also works on Windows. Okay. If you have if you want to go the standalone, then you can go ahead and download the standalone roaming client as well. The use case here would be if you're not in the office, if you're not in the office network, if you're on the road, if you're anywhere and you want to make sure that your connections are all secured, then you can go ahead and get this activated through roaming computers here. We also provide the protection on the mobile devices. So be it iPhone or be it Android, Android is also supported now. You have to have AnyConnect for Android, and then an MDM will manage all your mobile devices, making sure that if there has been any kind of malicious domain or a request or a query going through the malicious domain, Umbrella comes into action and provides the protection to all those users of the roaming computers or the mobile users as well. Same goes with the iOS. Now, iOS is a bit different, that we have Cisco Security Connector app. That app is only for the iOS users, and Apple has been has done a great partnership with Cisco, that this app is available for iOS version 11.6 and above, and all the supervised iOS mobile devices can be a part of this app, so that whatever you are doing or making sure that your connection is not going through under any malicious domain. Not only this, it also provides you your mobile phone protection against the malicious file. So you might have heard about AMP, the Advanced Malware Protection. That part is also integrated into that Cisco Security Connector app. Okay, I'll go into some of the exciting features of reporting here. So if you look at the reporting here, under the reporting, you will see the security overview. Okay. Now, this security overview helps you to learn the volume of requests. Like I said, you can have the breakdown of all DNS proxy. You can also see where are the security requests going through. So you can block, and you can see the top security request blocked by destination, blocked by identity, and blocked by type. So when you say blocked by destination, that means that it can be a domain name, it can be an IP address, or it can be a URL path. When it comes to identity, identity can be any network, it can be a specific device, or it can be any Active Directory user as well. And the types give more insight into what caused the block. Like, what was it, the domain, or was it the URL, or was it the Cisco AMP? What caused that block? And then we click on this view blocked request here. You can actually click on this one. This will tell you more details, what kind of request were blocked, and what time and what date, and all this information here. For example, if you talk about this one, I can click on these three dots and I can take the full view, like what is it full view in the investigate. If I want to investigate it further, if I want to get the full details here, I can click and get into more details here. Okay. Now, if I go into the app discovery, this is the one of the most important part, because app discovery is all about the shadow IT. So when you want to have a shadow IT dashboard which provides you full visibility into cloud app usage, and that is based on DNS and proxy log activity. So you can know what kind of applications are running in your network, how many applications have been sanctioned or approved or unapproved, and based on that you can take the decision. You can also see the applications might not have been approved, but users still have installed those applications, who the users were, and what kind of risk is associated with those applications. So you can see that here the bar graph actually says, the graph here actually shows you whether the application has been a high risk application or low risk application, and whether it has been reviewed, approved, or unapproved. If you want to categorize those applications by risk here, you can get this kind of information as well, where you can see that, okay, maybe the education is one of the application, but then there has been no application which says the very high risk applications, right? But if you look at the business intelligence here, I can see that there has been one very high risk application related to business intelligence category, right? So you can get this kind of information. Now, this is again a live example of how Cisco security products get integrated. So here we are integrating two cloud security products from Cisco portfolio. The first product is Cisco Umbrella, but this intelligence, the intelligence, what we call it as app discovery, is coming from the second cloud product of Cisco, and that cloud product is called Cloud Lock. Now, Cloud Lock is categorized as a CASB product, the Cloud Access Security Broker. It gives you the information about what is running in that app, how secured is that app, and what kind of data has been transacted through that app. For example, any credit card information, or your applications running in the cloud, such as Box or Salesforce.com, or probably any of the Google Drive. Any kind of those applications, it makes sure that your data, your users, your applications are all secured in the cloud. Okay. Last but not the least, in terms of management, how easy is it to schedule the reports? You can schedule the reports monthly or probably every weekly. So let's say if you want to have the security reports daily, or you want to have the reports to be scheduled in your inbox at maybe Monday 9 a.m. when you start your office, then you can have that feature also activated. You can also get the admin audit log. So let's say if one user is going on vacation, and if you want to have a second user as the admin in his absence, then you can assign the role. You can have different roles, as in read only, or read and write only, or probably full admin, so that when you are away, the second user can take a look of what's happening in your dashboard, and also you will get to know what logs or what changes have been made by that user in your absence. Integration of Umbrella with other products, not only Cisco, is very easy. You have to have API keys. Using the APIs keys, you can integrate it with any other product as well, such as Cisco or non-Cisco as well. And we can do it very fine, actually. So if you go back into the policies, under the policies, you have integrations here. And you can see these are some of the examples that shows the integrations between non-Cisco vendors as well, like Checkpoint or AMP Threat Grid or FireEye or Threat Quotient. Any of these, vendors can be very well integrated because it's a cloud product. It takes only 30 minutes to redirect your traffic through DNS queries of Umbrella, and DNS makes sure that wherever the traffic is going, it's not the malicious domain, it's a clean domain. Okay. Lastly, we recently went into the advanced version of Umbrella, and that advanced version of Umbrella is called SIG, Secure Internet Gateway. The Secure Internet Gateway brings in more excitement or exciting features. Those exciting features are like cloud delivered firewall. So you can have the firewall policies, you can have the network tunnels as well here. You can manage the VPN tunnels between Umbrella and the other products as well. For example, if I go and show you here, this is the network tunnel, and you can make a VPN tunnel, the network tunnel between Umbrella and any other product. So for example, if you look at there, I can type maybe test, and I can see all my device types. So these are Cisco, the ASA, FTD, ISR, Meraki, Viptela, but I can choose others as well, and then I can create a VPN tunnel as well. Last but not the least, if I go and show you the web policies here, these web policies would be the secure web gateway. So not only just to give you the application visibility, now you can control those application visibility also. For example, you want to know what kind of Umbrella sites you have, or what are the restricted groups or restricted sites, then you can put the policies onto those applications and those websites as well. So it gives you more granular control here, which in the DNS was not available. DNS was mainly on the DNS security. Okay. I think I've covered everything here. I'm just taking a look if I missed out anything. Investigate is optional. If you want to go into more investigate to investigate more about any of the domains or any of the link or URL, just go ahead and buy the investigate package, and you can choose anything here, like any URL, any IP address, or any host domain, and it will show you where is that malicious domain hosted, and how bad is it, and how is it communicating over the internet. Okay. So that was the very short version of Umbrella. It's there is a free version also. UNG or probably Ingram team will talk about the how to get the free Umbrella demo. So that's, I'll leave that part to them. I'll just talk about two more things here. And the first thing is, now you know how to demonstrate the Umbrella. You have the features, you know how to deploy it, how the reporting has been done, what are the great features of Umbrella. The next part is how you can make sure you have this Umbrella as a part of your demonstration, as a part of your partner trial, or as a part of your customer trial. So one thing is, we have a partner Umbrella console. Now, Partner Umbrella Console is something which we give to our partners so that they can manage the customer trials from a single portal, right? Now, because Umbrella is all cloud-based, it can be just put as a cloud service, SaaS product. It doesn't require any hardware, and you can immediately see the value within 30 minutes when it starts blocking your malware, stops the phishing attacks, or any of the command and control callbacks. Right. So what we do in the Umbrella console, there are some prerequisites, like a series of videos you have to watch. And after watching the series of video, take a small, easy, cold online exam test. And then we will give you the access to this portal here, which we call it as Umbrella Partner Console. This Partner Console gives your customer a free trial for 21 days. So, you can spin a trial for 21 days. And once that 21 days is over, if customer insists, no, he would like to have access for a bit more, then you can extend the trial for another 21 days. So look at this. Isn't it great to have like 42 days free access for your trials? And then you can track all your customers from the same interface. You can see what all customers you have, and how to manage the request in terms of reporting, in terms of what attacks have been going through, or all kind of showing the block attacks. And lastly, you can convert the trial IDs or the trials into deal ID from here. You can actually copy the trial ID, put it in the CCW through Ingram, and then probably you can convert those trial directly from here to the actual deal. So customer doesn't have to, get back again and reconfigure the settings or reconfigure the things. You can start managing the customer from the trial to the exact deal here. That was the Partner Console, wherein you allow the different customers as a trial, and you can spin the trials from there. We also offer the MSLA Managed Services Portal. This is in two versions. One is the MSP and one is the MSSP with MSLA. So we sign a legal agreement with for the managed services, and that legal agreement is done through one of the distributors like Ingram. Ingram is very capable of doing that. We have lots of partners who have already signed the MSP MSLA agreement on behalf of Cisco with Ingram, and then they take care of your managed services. They provide you all kind of managed services and then gives you like what is there in terms of your monthly billing. So instead of paying the upfront cost, you can, based on the usage you have been through for 1 month, then they can charge the billing for that one. Okay. Now with this, these are the different MSLA products. So on the left, you can see we have AMP, ASA Virtual, we have ISR, and we also have StealthWatch Cloud or Umbrella or Next-Gen Firewall, Tetration, and now email with SMP as well. SD-WAN has recently been added here in the MSLA, as you can see. So all these products are available under the Managed Services Licensing Agreement that Income can help you up. They will walk you through, they will help you onboarding, signing that MSLA with Cisco, and then if you wish, you can be billed monthly based on the usage as you progress. Okay. Give me 1 second. The last part is the Umbrella Partner Console. Okay, I just have to close this one here. I'm gonna open a new window to show you quickly a quick version of how the Partner Console looks like. Let's see if the cache is enabled. I think it's taking me back to the D cloud. So I just have to log out from here and show you the Partner Console now. Okay, very quickly, this is the simplest dashboard that I have seen to bring on any of the customers and spin the trial here. You can see that this is the Partner Console. Now this logo is very important because if you want to put your own logo here, you can put that up for your own logo. That can be a partner logo. And this is where you can see all the partner resources. So if you're not sure how to initiate, how to get started, you can go with the partner resources here. Or you can also go with the partner settings or the trial management and the centralized reporting here. Right. In terms of your trial management, if you click on the trial management here, you can spin up any of the trial. Very simple, very easy. If you have the deal ID, it's okay. If you don't, then it's still fine. So you don't have to worry about that one. Continue with that deal ID. Search any of your customers and you can spin it for 21 days. If that 21 days is over and customer says that I would like to extend the trial, you can extend the trial for another 21 days here. Right. In terms of reporting, you can again see the deployment status, the security summary, the app discovery features here. These are the main important part. You can also take a look at from 24 hours to last 30 days, or you can choose the custom range as well. Okay. Now, in terms of security summary, you can show like these are the security summary for your activity or for your network in last 24 hours or last 30 hours, 30 days. So these kind of things are very important when it comes to the partner demonstration or customer demonstration, running the trial and then converting those trial into direct deals. Okay. With this, I hand it back to Yunji to further conclude on what are the next steps that you can take from here and probably how you can go ahead and put maybe a trial version, or probably how can you request for the next part as a part of your demo or the free trial account. Yunji, over to you.
Thank you, Anshul. Thank you for that demo. That was great. Now let's look at what are the next steps. So in order to have access to that partner console, there are some eligibility requirements, some videos that you need to watch, and some tests that you have to take. So after doing that requirement set, you can work with the partner help team at cisco.com/go/ph or with the Ingram team with Sophia and Daniel to get this partner console up and running. And you can start creating your customer interest, doing demos, and get customers committed to running Umbrella trials. Then watch your Umbrella sales take off. And the best thing about the Cisco Cloud Security solution is that Umbrella is just the foot in the door. So once you do that Umbrella with the customer, you have numerous other solutions available for you to upsell to the customer. That is also available through Ingram Micro's Cloud Marketplace. So we start with Umbrella, then you can move into our MFA solution, which is Duo Security, which is great, also very simple and easy to set up. And then you can look at deploying CASBs like CloudLock and email security and StealthWatch Cloud, all which are part of the MSLA products program that Anshul just talked about before. And a quick recap of what we've talked about today. SMB is, especially in Australia, is struggling with cybersecurity. It's always in the news, and you can even see the Prime Minister talk about it. Umbrella is an easy way to start. Umbrella protects against ransomware. It acts as a first line of defense, and it protects roaming users off the network. And Umbrella enhances both security and user experience of Office 365 and demonstrates how simple it is with a partner POV and accelerate through sales demos. So demos is the key, and trial will actually let the customer see with real live traffic and data from their own network and see the actual value that Umbrella is adding. You'll be surprised how many trials I've run, and there is always one person who does something that they shouldn't be doing it in the workplace. And it's really easy to show that value when you have that real traffic in the reporting. So now I'll hand it over to Dan, who will talk us through the marketplace and how you can submit the orders through Ingram Cloud.
Thanks, team. Thanks for giving us an overview on Umbrella. One thing I forgot to mention at the start is we're going to have a Q&A session just after I do the walkthrough. So please definitely type all of your questions into the chat box, and we'll try and get them answered. So hopefully we get lots of questions. So I might just run through this really quickly. Can we go to just the next slide, please? Essentially, as the team mentioned, we're really excited to have Cisco Umbrella as part of the Ingram Micro Cloud portfolio, and it's available in the Ingram Micro Cloud Marketplace. Anyone that's not familiar with the Ingram Micro Cloud Marketplace, pretty easy. Just go to au.cloud.im. And you just log in with either your Ingram credentials, and after your account's signed up, your admin then can set up separate logins for all the rest of your team. Cisco Umbrella is actually part of the security division in our marketplace. So you basically just go on the left-hand side, click on security, and then we'll take you to Cisco Umbrella. Next slide, please. Now, once you're ready to order, you basically can. There's two ways to go through and order a Cisco Umbrella. You click the Buy Now button, or you can actually go straight into our control panel. All the ordering for our cloud solutions are ordered through our control panel, and it's designed to make it seamless and easy to order, manage and bill your cloud subscription solutions. One thing just to mention is the guys that I'm going to come back to later, the guys have mentioned about becoming a Cisco partner. So anyone that's not a Cisco partner, you do need to be a Cisco partner to transact, and I'll touch on that very shortly. So next slide, please. Once you've gone into our control panel, you can search for Cisco Umbrella through the search box. Otherwise, you can click on the right-hand side, see more. I think we've got about 6 solutions in our portfolio of Cisco Umbrella through our marketplace. We partner with Cisco for all of their solutions, including what the guys were talking about as part of the demo. So if you can't see anything on there, definitely contact Ingram Micro and we can talk to you about all the solutions. But then, yes, once you've gone through, you can add the specific Cisco Umbrella solution that you want to your cart, and then you would basically click on your cart to proceed. That would take you just to your placing your order. So you can change the quantity in terms of how many you want to order at a time. Once you've got that how you want, then you click on the next button. The Ingram Micro Cloud Marketplace can basically store your customers. So if you've basically ordered anything else on our marketplace with for any of your customers on there, you can choose one of your existing customers that you've already uploaded, or if this is going to be a new customer that you want to order Cisco Umbrella for, you just fill in the appropriate details and then create the customer account for you ready to purchase. As part of the process, you will need to put in an admin. So that's where you can put it in there. Next screen. And once you've gone through and ready to place your order, it will come up with a brief summary of what you want to purchase. If you want to then assign yourself any additional information for your own record, such as a purchase order, you can put that in here. We just need you to tick the terms and conditions for both Ingram Micro and Cisco, and then you're ready to place the order. Once you've placed the order, it will take you to this screen where you can either continue shopping if there's anything else that you want to order. Otherwise, there's just a couple of last steps that you need to do. So you would click on your track your order, which would take you to our control panel. For your first order for Cisco Umbrella, you do obviously need to register. So it will come up and show up in your My Services area. And then you basically just click on the requires attention. It will ask you to fill out a form. And this is where I mentioned before, you need to be a Cisco partner. This is where it will ask you for your Cisco partner ID or your DRAN. Once you've done all that, you're ready to go and your order can be fulfilled. Next screen, please. Just a couple of last points that I wanted to touch base before we get on to the Q&A. Part of this presentation was to talk about obviously a promotion that is going. I believe this is for the first 20 orders that are processed through the Ingram Micro Cloud Marketplace. When you purchase Cisco Umbrella, there's options to actually get Microsoft 365 licenses for free. These would be put into your account as a credit on your account, but definitely it's a great option to take advantage of. Just go to the next one. And as you may have seen when you registered for this, there was another promo that was happening in terms of a secret code word to look out for. That secret code word was Insights. So definitely send that off to support imcloudedge.com.au. And the last thing is obviously here's all the contacts for our presenters. And from an Ingram perspective, if you want to contact us, definitely contact either our sales team or our cloud team as well. So I might just open up and see if we have any questions in the chat box. Let's have a look. We have a couple of questions, so I'll just address this to the team, so you guys can answer who's best. To be clear, is Umbrella limited with additional licensing to enable further visibility, i.e., the app discovery?
So let me answer that question. So for the app discovery, it's a part of SIG Umbrella. So when you buy the SIG Essentials, that's where you're covered with app discovery.
Great, thanks. I think we have another question as well. So does this just work via DNS? No need to decrypt SSL traffic? SSL is fully covered?
We do have an option of SSL. So if it depends on the SSL decryption, if you want to turn that on, under the policies, you can turn that on also. So it doesn't support the TLS 1.3 as of now, but it does support the SSL traffic as well.
So just having a look for more questions. I think we had one in the question box. I believe you answered it, so may as well for just everyone. We have Meraki Advanced. What overlaps with Meraki and the benefits that there to have Umbrella on these networks?
So at the moment, Umbrella works directly with MR, which is a wireless product series of Meraki. MX, which is a security series of Meraki, it will be coming as a natively integration soon. We are in the beta testing of release Meraki 15. I think 3 version or 2 version of Meraki MX. Once that testing is done, we will be releasing it soon. But alternatively, if someone wants to manually configure Meraki and Umbrella, I've pasted the link in the Q&A panel. They just have to go through this link. That link is officially a link on Meraki, so that will help to configure Umbrella on Meraki MX firewalls.
Another question is, can you use the Insights 10 to 99 seats across different clients?
What do you mean by across different clients? So Insight can start with 10 as well, but you want to split like 10 on one client and then 20 on another client and then 30 on another client. Is that the question?
It sounds like that. Maybe it's more so around.
So you cannot split that because that is bind with one organization. So you cannot split that. That goes with the organization.
Okay, and I think we have last question is what does the TLS 1.3 limitation mean in the real world?
Well, that's a very detailed question. So let me get you a link to read through. So as of now, if you talk about the Cisco web security solutions, I think TLS 1.3 is a recent release that we have in Cisco security portfolio that at the moment is supported by web security appliance from Cisco, not on the Umbrella as yet. We're hoping to get this soon integrated. But then at the moment, web security solution, which is on-prem or virtual solution from Cisco, that is capable of supporting TLS 1.3. But in terms of limitation, I will flick a link to Robert and probably we'll see what are the limitations in terms of TLS 1.3 here.
I'm just having a look through some of the other questions. I know we're running out of time. Have you had any concerns with roaming client machines behind the Meraki MX?
I've answered that question. So I've never come across any such issues with roaming client because Umbrella is port agnostic. It works with all the ports and protocols. So there are no such issues, any known issues, no, nothing. There has been no downtime because we work on any cast BGP routing. So it has been 100% uptime.
Okay. How can I know we're running a little bit over time, so we'll just try and rush through some of these. How can I integrate Cisco Umbrella with other vendor firewall like Fortinet?
Yeah, so if Fortinet supports API open integration, because Umbrella does that API integrations, So you can integrate that openly. I think I showed under the policies, there's an option of integration, and then you can use the API keys to integrate Umbrella with any Cisco or non-Cisco product also.
Okay. Can I ask AMP Secure X bundled with AMP4E?
So SecureX is absolutely free. There is no cost associated with SecureX. All you have to have is one Cisco product to access the SecureX. We do not charge any extra dollar or cent to have the SecureX. So if you have AMP4 endpoints, you should have access to SecureX. SecureX is a new platform, just in case if anyone is not aware. We launched this platform on June 30th, and that is free, available. You can integrate with all your existing security products. And also, upcoming version will support the non-Cisco products as well.
Okay. Can Cisco Umbrella function without mobile device management?
Umbrella has nothing to do with the mobile device management. Mobile device management is required only for iOS, because iOS is Apple, and Apple doesn't want to have any kind of open, application. So the Cisco Security Connector, that's the app used for iOS, that requires MDM.
How would clients connect to a visitor Wi-Fi solution be licensed?
So Umbrella works with wireless part as well. We have Wi-Fi, what do you call it as WLAN package, the wireless LAN package, wherein they connect to particular SSID and we enforce the policies on that particular SSID. Now, in that case, it will not be charged on number of users. Instead, it will be charged on number of access points. So for example, if you connected with 2 access points for wireless network, then you will have to pay for 2 licenses for per access point, regardless of number of users. So in number of users, it will be unlimited, but you still have to pay for 2 access points if that's there in the network.
Okay, and I think we'll do the last question. How can we get the demo site for testing purposes?
The best thing is if you want to look for, I think Yunji covered that part. It's the signup.umbrella.com. That's the easiest way to get the 14 days trial access. Alternatively, if you go through the partner console, which I think either Yunji or one of the Income team can share with the partners the links, they should be able to watch the videos on partner console. I think I've also pinned that link in the Q&A panel for partner Umbrella console. There also you can get the access to the partner console demo through Sales Connect, and you should be able to do that. But for your own purpose, if you want to test the Umbrella at your home or at your own office, signup.umbrella.com gives you the free access for 14 days.
Great. I think we're going to send a follow-up anyway, so we'll include some of this information, but if you've got any questions, definitely feel free to reach out to the Cisco team or to Ingram Micro as well. So thank you very much, everyone, for attending the session, and we'll hope to talk to you soon.